Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome everyone for today's Bhagavad Gita class. I would like to welcome everyone on behalf of Vaman Chitra for our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. Today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita Chapter 4, verse number 4.6. Before that, we will just sing Jaya Radha Madhav for the glorification of Shri Radha and Krishna. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी। यमुना तीरा मन चारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहार गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यम धीरावन चारी। यमुना तीरावन चारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। सॉरी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव श्री राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. So we will do Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjalashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadabhayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadkamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Paramami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे रामा राम रामा हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्ति भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from chapter number 4, verse number 6 onwards. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Verse number 6. I will share the screen. अजोऽपि सन् अव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया. If anyone wants to recite it, or Mataji or Prabhuji.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. We will do word to word. Ajaha. unborn, api, although, son, being so, avyaya, without deterioration, atma, body, bhutanam, of all those who are born, Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, api, although, son, being so, prakatim, in the transcendental form, swam, of myself, adhisthaya, being so situated, sambhavami, I do incarnate, atma mayaya, by my internal energy. Translation. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy I do incarnate. And this verse again Krishna is telling about himself we were just continued end of verse number 6, so we will just do uh, we will start like little bit recap like what happened before. So we know that in the starting of this chapter, Bhagwan, Shri Bhagwan Vacha was the first verse. In that verse, Krishna was saying that Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktvaham Aham Avyam. So he said that I have given this knowledge to Swan and then to Manu and then then Manu gave that knowledge to Ishwaku. And then Arjuna he was confused, and then he asked a question to Krishna in verse number 4 that aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasita. He said that you and me we are contemporary, like we are in front of each other, and how come you have given this knowledge to Vivaswan, that how can I can understand. And then Krishna again he said that Bahuni me Vetitani Janmani cha Arjuna. He said you and me we have taken so many births, but I can remember everything and you can't remember. And again in this verse again Krishna he is actually telling about his own self, like he's telling about himself. Like he's saying Ajo pi sanvayatma. He said that I am Ajo. Aja means I am unborn, and sanvayatma, and I never deteriorates. And prakatim swamadhisthaya sambhavami atmayaya. And then he is saying that my internal energy, with my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium and with my own potency. So he comes in his own transcendental form. So we are not going to read the whole purport because it's a very long purport. So I'm going to do like main important lines, and we'll take some important lines from the purport and then we will go further. So in this is an important verse, and Krishna is telling about himself that unborn. So we also know that we have also discussed before as well that Krishna he is unborn, like he doesn't take any birth. Like as the living entities they take birth, but Krishna he appears. So that is the difference between a living entity's birth and Krishna's appearance. Krishna he comes according to his own will. He takes because he is transcendental and he is eternal. And also we discussed last week that Krishna, his form is eternal, he is full of bliss, and he is transcendental. And in this verse, it is mentioned that Prakati, Prakati means nature as well as Savrupa of own's form. Like we already said that Krishna came from like like a human being. When he takes a birth, he is actually forced to take a birth. But Krishna, it's his desire. Whenever he wants, he can appear. And like for the human beings, what happens, like we have read in chapter number 2, Dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara. When a child is born, then he goes then it he takes up when a child takes birth, then he becomes a then he becomes youth, and then he becomes old, and then he at the end he deteriorates, he finishes. But with Krishna it's not like that. Krishna he comes with his own potency in any form, anywhere. Like we can take example, like when Draupadi he was when Durvasa Mini he came to Draupadi for with his 10,000 disciples for prasadam. At that time, Draupadi, he already, all the family, they have already eaten the food and from that Akshay Patra, and there was nothing left. But when Draupadi, she remembered Krishna, at the same time Krishna appeared there. So Krishna can come from anywhere and everywhere. Like example of Prahlad Maharaj, when Hiranyakashipu was harassing Prahlad, at that time Krishna, he appeared from that pillar. So it is Krishna, he doesn't have like take a birth to come, but for human beings or for the living entities, they take a birth. But Krishna, he just appears from his own eternal potency. And also it is mentioned here that Krishna is always young, like he is always 25 years of age. Like we have seen in the battlefield of Mahabharata, Krishna, he was always young. We have never seen Krishna having old age, or any picture of Krishna where Krishna is holding a stick and walking like that. No, Krishna is always ever youth, Yovanam, always now Yovanam. Like he's always ever fresh youth, it is said. And Krishna, he it is said that in the battlefield, Krishna was having his great grandson as well in that battlefield. So but Krishna was always remains young. And we know that whenever we see Krishna's always there are so many verses in Bhagavatam where it is mentioned the beauty of Krishna or the form of Krishna, like Varha Piram Natavar Vapu Karniyo Karnikaran. It is said that Krishna, his form is very beautiful. He is he's a transcendental dancer. He is always decorate his ears with the flowers. He wears the mala which is made up of with the five types of flowers. Always he is always there to help to his devotees. Always, whenever the devotees they want, Krishna is present there. It depends like how, in which form Krishna will be present. Like for the devotees as well. Whenever the devotees they want, Krishna reciprocates with them. So that means Krishna is present in front of his devotees. And also it is mentioned like it is similarly like as the sun, he appears and disappears. Similarly Krishna, he appears and he disappears. So like sometimes we have seen that sometimes we think that, oh, the sun is uh, uh, sunset, but sun doesn't set. Sun is always there. In I think we have seen here in Australia, like sometimes we see that on one side there is a sun, and on other side we can see the moon as well in the evenings. So sun is always stays there, but always he sun is never contaminated, like, and always he never takes he always takes care of everything. Like suppose there is a water spill, then the duty of sun is to dry it. Or if there is a urine, still the duty of sun is to dry that one. So he doesn't discriminate with anything. Similarly, Krishna, he also does not discriminate with the devotees and also with the demons as well. We will read in further verses how he doesn't does he don't do discriminate with the demons as well. Also it is mentioned that Krishna, he knows past, present, and future. Like some we forget what we had yesterday at this time, what we were doing yesterday at this time, but Krishna, he remembers everything. That is the also quality of Krishna. That is the and also it is mentioned that Lord Krishna's appearance and disappearance are completely different from that of an ordinary common living entities, and his form is always eternal and blissful. So also it is mentioned here that his appearance in his original eternal form is his causeless mercy bestowed upon the living entities so that they can concentrate on which the impersonalist wrongly thinks that Lord's form to be. Like, the Mayavadi people or the impersonalist, they think that the God doesn't have any form. But here it is mentioned that Krishna has a beautiful form. And in some verses, it is mentioned that, Krishna has that type of form, like the materialist people, like, people, if they will see that form, then they will be detached from their family members. Like it is mentioned that if Krishna's form is so beautiful and so transcendental, so when the devotees or any other materialist people, they look at Krishna, then they will get attachment with Krishna. When they will get attachment with Krishna, it means they will be detached from their material things, or they will be detached from their family members. So in one of the words it is mentioned that if you want to stay in your material life, if you want to stay with your family, then okay, don't look at Krishna. But again, as a devotees, we should always admire the form of Lord Krishna. So we will go to the next verse, verse number 7. It is, I will share the screen, 7. So in next verse, Krishna is saying, where is 7? 7. It's a very important verse. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamiham. If anyone wants to recite, it's an important verse, and I think everyone knows this verse as well. Okay, all good. We will do word to word. Yada yada, whenever and wherever. He certainly, dharmasya of religion, glani, discrepancies, bhavati, become manifested, Bharata or descendant of Bharata, abhyuthanam, predominance, adharmasya of a religion, tada at that time, atmanam self, srijami manifest, aham I. So here Krishna is saying in the translation, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharata and a predominant rise of a religion, at that time I descend myself. So in this verse, Krishna is saying that I think everyone knows this verse, because this verse, whenever in any serial you can hear the music of this verse, and whenever the Krishna is coming, or in any serial or any pictures or any movies, whenever they want Krishna is coming or appearance of Krishna, then they they put this verse there. So it is said that whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice. So why Krishna is present? So Krishna is present, it is said, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, when when the religion practice is going down, at that time Krishna present, and on the same time when the irreligion is becoming predominance. So when irreligion is coming to the power, at that time Krishna he appears, and he's saying, I descend myself. He's saying that I come at that time. So the word Srijami is significant here. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation. But according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body. As we have already seen that Krishna does not take a birth, he appears. So Srijami means creation, but Krishna is not created. Krishna is just appeared. And Srijami means that Lord manifests himself as he is, although the Lord appears on schedule. So mostly it is said that, Krishna, he comes on scheduled time, like he will come in Dwapar Yuga or in Satya Yuga or Kali Yuga, but it is not like that. Krishna can present without any schedule as well. Like if he wants to come, he can come at any time. And he is, although the Lord appears on his schedule, namely the end of Dwapar or 28th of millennium of 7th Manu on the day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulation, because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will. So always Krishna appears by his own sweet will. Whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity or disappearance of the true religion, principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and many discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. So it is mentioned that Krishna he present when the religion, if there is a problem with the religion or irreligion is going at the par 100%. So everything is actually, the principles of Vedas, they are all we are in Kali Yuga, so there are so many Puranas or Upanishada or so many there are scriptures. We don't have time to read all those things, but Krishna has given us this Bhagavad Gita. Krishna spoke this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna so that we can apply this Bhagavad Gita into our life. So there are so many thousands and hundreds of verses, and the crush of all those verses is given into this 700 verses from Bhagavad Gita. So we should not be speculate, okay, I should read Bhagavad Gita or I should read something else as well, or if I can go to any other bookstall and take another book and read that one. It is said only the Bhagavad Gita is enough and it can take us back to Godhead. If we follow the 700 verses, if we follow the instructions given in these 700 verses, we can go back to Godhead. And these principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. So whatever is given in other Vedas or Puranas, everything we can take from this Bhagavad Gita. And also, it is mentioned here, these principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of Supreme Lord, and Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita. That is the highest principle of religion. So what is the highest principle of religion? Just to surrender towards Krishna. As Krishna mentioned in the last verse of, in 18th chapter, Krishna, he mentioned that Sarv Dharma Prityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishyami Masucha. So he's saying, so what is your dharma? You just leave all other things and you just surrender towards me. Actually, what is dharma and what is religion? Dharma is like the dharma of fire is to give that light and heat. And you can't say that dharma of fire in India is different and in Australia is different. No, it's the same thing. Whatever dharma is in India, similarly dharma of fire is in Australia. I don't know. Sorry. So so what is our dharma, or in any religion, what is the dharma? Actually, to surrender towards the Lord, to give up all your activities and surrender to give all your activities, do everything for Krishna. That is our religion, or that is our dharma. Also, it is mentioned in Bhagavatam that Save Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Adokshaje. So it is mentioned that what is the main dharma, what is our real dharma? It is as Save Pumsam Paro Dharmo. So we have to bhakti adokshe. It's a name of Krishna. So we have to do bhakti. You have to follow Krishna's. You have to surrender towards Krishna. Then if you do that one, then what will happen? But then again, there is a condition. You do bhakti to Krishna, but it should be uninterrupted and every day. You have to do every day, and it's not like you do once and then the next day you do something else. No, if you are chanting Krishna's, you're chanting Krishna's name, so you have to chant every day. It's not like today you're chanting Krishna, then tomorrow you go to some other group and you start following that one. No, that is not our dharma. Our dharma is to follow and to surrender towards Krishna. Then when we do like this, then what will happen? Yatma suprasidhati. Then our heart or our mind and we will be feeling happiness. We will be in bliss. That's the main purpose of dharma. So again, it is mentioned that here that the Vedic scriptures are given, the principles of scriptures is all given in Bhagavad Gita, and also the example of Lord Buddha is given here. The Lord Buddha, he was incarnated incarnated. But again, the if you see in Bhagavatam, canto 1, chapter number 3, it is mentioned all the incarnations of Krishna in that. And Lord Buddha, he is also like Krishna is incarnated as Lord Buddha. So Lord Buddha, who was Lord Buddha? He was Krishna himself. So what happened actually at that time, like people, they were just killing the animals on the in the Vedic like Vedas. They were saying that in the Vedas it is written you have to kill the animals and you have to give the bali, and so different things. Buddha, and then he said no, like killing of animals, like what they were doing, they were just killing the animals for their own sense gratification, or for their own self-realizations, like different activities they were doing. But when Krishna, he present as Lord Buddha, he stopped killing animals. He made his own principles. Okay, there will be no violence and no killing of animals in that age. And also it is mentioned of Lord Buddha was mentioned in Bhagavatam earlier, like 5,000 years ago when Krishna was present. Right? In Bhagavatam, it was mentioned that Krishna will appear as Lord Buddha, and 2600 years that Lord Buddha was appeared, and but his appearance was already mentioned in Bhagavatam. So in all the incarnation is always like whoever will be incarnated, it is already mentioned in our scriptures. Like these days people in India, they say, oh, this guru is the incarnation of Lord Shiva, or this guru is incarnation, Mataji is incarnation of Mata Durga, or whatever. But these are, we should not believe all those things. Why? Because they are not mentioned in our scriptures. If it is mentioned in our scriptures, that thing we can we should have a faith on that thing. Okay, yes, I will believe in this one. But if it is not mentioned in our scriptures, then we should not believe on that things. And also according like Lord Buddha was mentioned, and then again it is mentioned in the end of the Kali Yuga, there will be Krishna will be appear in Kalki Avatara. So it is all mentioned there, and also mentioned that where he will be appeared, who will be his mother, in which form he will be there. So everything is mentioned in scriptures. And when Lord Buddha was appeared, it is mentioned, it's a beautiful verse, it is said, Tatha Kalu Samparvarte Sammoya Sur Divisham Buddhyo Namanjana Suta Kikasteshu Bhavishyati. It is mentioned that the name of Buddha will be, mother's name will be Anjana, and he will be born in Gaya. So everything is mentioned there. Then we should believe all these things. And also, it is mentioned about Kalki Avatar, so we should believe in it. Rather than we should not speculate on other things, or that person is saying what, other person is saying something else. Like we should not actually bother to listen all those things actually. And it is also mentioned here. I'm not reading the whole purport because it's a very long purport. I'm just taking some important points from there. And in each and every avatara or incarnation of Lord has a particular mission. And Krishna, whenever he comes, there is a mission of that. Like he doesn't come without any reason. If when the devotees they call Krishna, he appears. Like if some, for example, if some child, they are doing some naughty thing, then Krishna has to come and correct them. It's like that. Like also it is mentioned, like sometimes people, like if someone is teaching 1 plus 1 is 2, and there are two types of people, like sometimes they go for higher education, and some people they go for the lower education. But if the people they are going for the higher education, still they have to start from 1 plus 1 2. It's not that you will just jump all the staircase and you will be at the top. No, you have to go by step by step. Similarly, here it is mentioned that Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna, for that matter, to that other highly elevated person, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in others. Because Arjuna was the devotee and good friend of Krishna, that's why Krishna he spoke Bhagavad Gita to him. Then it is mentioned here, the whole purpose of his mission incarnation is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. So why Krishna appeared? He said to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. That is the main purpose. Now we will see in the next verse what Krishna is saying. He is saying, परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So word to word, paritranai, for the deliverance, sadhunam, of the devotees, vinashai, for the annihilation, cha, and dushkritam, of the miscreants, dharma, principles of religion, samas, sanstapnaya, to re-establish, sambhavami, I do appear, yuge, millennium, yuge, after millennium. So in this verse, Krishna is giving the reason why he comes here in this material world. Firstly, he said to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. So there are three reasons he has given in this verse. Firstly, Paritranaya Sadhunam. He comes here to deliver the pure devotees. Second, Vinashaya Chadushkitam. He comes here to annihilate the miscreants. Then third is Dharam Sanstapna, for establish of Dharma. And Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. And he said that I myself appear millennium after millennium. So we will read purport. According to Bhagavad Gita, a sadhu, holy name, is a man of Krishna consciousness. A man may appear to be irreligious, but if he has qualification of Krishna consciousness, wholly or fully, he is to be understood to be a sadhu. So definition of a sadhu is given. So who is sadhu? It is mentioned, if a person is a fully Krishna consciousness, he is called sadhu. Now we also read about in Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful verse. It is said, Titikshva kaurinika suhida sarvadehinam shanta sadhava sadhu bhushana. So the qualities of sadhu is given, right? Like person who is Krishna consciousness, what qualities he should have. So he said karmikaha, he should be very karuna, like he should be always helping people, like caring people, everyone. Suhida sarvadehina, he should look after everyone. Ajat, he should be Shatrva, he should not have any enemies. Shanta, he should be always very peaceful. Sadhva, Sadhu Bhushna, that is the whoever all having the qualities of all these, he is a he is simplicity. That is the abhushan of a sadhu. That is called sadhu. That is called a devotee. Like the person who is fully Krishna consciousness and he has all the other qualities of a sadhu, he is called actually a sadhu. Now, like people this as a devotee, we should have all those qualities, we should have a humbleness, or we should be very simple, we should be very peaceful, we should not hurt anyone. But again, as a devotee, sometimes we we don't have all these things, but some people they do, but some people they don't. But we should try to adopt all those things so that we can also become a sadhu. Because if a person is a Krishna consciousness, he should have the qualities of a sadhu. And again, it is mentioned in this verse about a dushkritam. Dushkritam means a person who does not care about Krishna consciousness, or non-devotees. We can say they are dushkrit. They don't worry about Krishna consciousness. They don't like to do chanting, or they don't want people to also do, like, sometimes the dushkritnas are already in your home as well. Sometimes if you are a devotee, and maybe sometimes your family members, they also create a trouble, and they also don't want you to do chanting, or they don't want you to do anything else. So these are all, like, in our house as well, we have the sadhus and we have the dushkitnas. So every people have different people in their homes. So also it is mentioned here that maybe, the person is very intelligent, person is very having a good education, he's a number one person, he's a, like, he has everything materially, he is very rich. But again, if he has all these things, but if he doesn't have Krishna consciousness, then he is zero. He will be called as a foolish person. But a person, if he doesn't have all these things, he does not have education, he's not intelligent, but he does Krishna consciousness very nicely, then he is a sadhu. Then he is called like a pure devotee. So it depends, like, how the people they take it. Like, it is also mentioned here that if a person is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness, is accepted as a sadhu, even though such person may be neither learned nor well cultured. So, there is a small, I will just share a small story. There was a Brahmana, and he was always reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, giving classes, and going to the temple every day, doing the deity worship. But and there was a cobbler, and that cobbler, he was just chanting Krishna's name. And one day Narad Muni passes through, and then cobbler said, okay, where you are going? Then Narad Muni said, I am going to see Krishna. He said, can you please ask him that how many lifetimes I have left in this material world? And then he goes towards Brahmana, and then Brahmana asks the same question. Okay, can you ask Krishna that how many lifetimes I will be stuck in this material world? And then when he goes to Narad Muni, he goes to Krishna, and then he asks this question, and then Krishna said, okay, whenever you go to them, you just say that to the cobbler, this is the last lifetime, and for Brahmana, he has to come back again. Um, and then Narad Muni was also very, shocked why he's saying like that. Brahmana, he's doing so much deity worship, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, giving classes, and how come he has to stay in this material world again and again? So he said, but then he said, okay, if they will ask you any other question, you just tell them that Krishna was. If they will ask you what Krishna was doing, so you just tell them that Krishna was. There was a needle, and Krishna was putting an elephant through that needle. And then Narad Muni came back, and then Brahmana, he asked him, okay, what Krishna, how many lifetime? He said, maybe you have to come back again and again. Then he said, oh, what Krishna was doing? He said, oh, he was putting the elephant from that needle. And then Brahmana said, no, no, how come this can happen? Elephant can't go through from a needle. So, and he doesn't believe that one. But when he went to that cobbler, and then he asked him, okay, then he told him the same thing, and then he said, yes, he is a god, he can do whatever he wants, so I believe him. So that was the difference, the cobbler, he had a full faith on Krishna, that Krishna is the supreme lord, and he can do whatever he can. Like, because he is god, he can do whatever he wanted to do it. But the Brahmana, he does not believe all these things, so he is not a devotee. Like, the cobbler was a pure devotee of the Lord. So same thing is written here, that he was a sadhu, and the other one was Krishna. Whether he was having so much knowledge, whether he was reading Bhagavad Gita every day, whether he was doing deity worship in the temple. But again, if you don't have faith on Krishna, if you don't have faith on teachings of Krishna, then everything is zero. So again, it is mentioned the Lord has many agents who are quite competent to vanish demons. So like we can see, like, firstly the reason was given that paritranai sadhu now. So he wants to deliver the pure devotees. Then again, Krishna can send all of his so many representatives to go and just do all this. Why Krishna has to come to deliver the pure devotees? Then second is vinashaya cha duskritam. Why he has to come to annihilate the miscreant? He can do, एक चुटकी बजा के he can do whatever he wants. He can just put a, he can kill while sitting in his Vaikuntha to all the demons. Why he has to come and do all these things? And the third one is Dharam Samsthana. There are so many Raj Rishis, there are so many Brahma Rishis. He can send them, okay, you just go and do and establish the Dharma there. But why Krishna appear here? It is mentioned here in this purport that Krishna appeared to give pleasure to his devotees. He wanted to give pleasure to all his devotees. That's why Krishna appears. How now Krishna can give pleasure to his devotees? Like, we have seen in the case of Prahlad Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu, he was a dushkrita, like, he was a demon. And he wanted Prahlad to just he wanted him to just become to tell Prahlad, he wanted that Prahlad Maharaj should say, okay, you are Bhagwan, you are the God. But he was saying, no, Krishna is God. So, so at that time when actually he was harassing Prahlad Maharaj at that time. So Krishna, he appeared in that pillar and he killed Hiranyakashipu, and but he gave pleasure to Prahlad Maharaj. And it is mentioned that how after killing Hiranyakashipu, he took Prahlad Maharaj into his lap and how he was giving him love. So he was giving pleasure to Prahlad Maharaj. Similarly, when in the example of Draupadi, when Draupadi was disturbed at that time, Krishna came in the form of sari. So, and also, like, he was present there at that time, because Draupadi firstly she said, okay, maybe my husband, they can take care of me. Then he asked other people, okay, can you help me? But no one was there to help Draupadi. And at the end, when he said, okay, Shiva, then Krishna, he was present there in the form of dhoti, or in the form of sari. And he helped Draupadi. So he gave pleasure to Draupadi, and then again the Kansa, Devki and Vasudev, they were the devotees of the Lord. But Kamsa, he was a demon, and Kamsa was harassing Devki because he knew that this eighth son of Devki will kill me. So he wanted to kill him, and but at the end, what happened? Kansa, he was killed by Krishna. Krishna killed Kansa and gave pleasure to Devki and Vasudev. So Krishna comes to give pleasure to his devotees. Also, it is mentioned here, um, to the Lord appears in different incarnations. So many different incarnations are mentioned here. Like, we have seen, maybe we have seen that there is a Dasha Avatara is written by one of the saint. And in Dasha Avatara, it's a beautiful lines there. It is said that Keshav Dita Kurma Sharira Jai Jagdish Hare. Then we always sing as well in the program sometimes, केशवदीता वरहा रूपा जय जगदीश हरे, केशवदीता नरसिंह रूपा जय जगदीश हरे. So it's a different types of incarnation are given. It is said that there are unlimited incarnation. This is Dasha Avatara is only talking about only 10 incarnations, but Krishna is appeared, like, in, like, there are so many incarnations you can't count. It is said that, as you can't count the waves of a sea or an ocean, similarly you can't count the incarnations of Krishna. So, but different incarnations are given here. Purusha Avatara Guna Avtara, Leela Avtara, Shakti Avesha Avtaras, Manvantara Avtaras, and Yuga Avtaras, all appearing on the schedule all over the universe. But Lord Krishna is primarily Lord, the fountainhead of all avatars. But Krishna is the fountainhead of all avatars. And he descends for the specific purpose to mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotees who are very anxious to see him in his original Vrindavana pastime. So Krishna comes to give pleasure in the form of Vrindavan, like he has done so many pastimes in his Vrindavan form. And also it is mentioned the Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we know in the age of Kali that Krishna was appeared in as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like it is said that that form is called Channa Avtara. Channa Avtara means it's a secret form, like it is no actually it is very secretly it is mentioned in some scriptures or some um, Vedic injunctions that Lord Chaitanya will be appeared, and he came as in the form of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by Sankirtana movement. And he just gave the Nam Sankirtana movement to everyone, which is called congregation, chanting of the holy name and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtana would be broadcast all over the world from town to town and village to village. चाहे देखो ताहे करो Krishna उपदेश. That was the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhu always said that jahe dekho, wherever you see just tell or talk about Krishna. Whoever you see, just tell them about Krishna. So that is the main purpose of appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what we know that he has given us the Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan movement means chanting of Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we look now, in the age of Kali, there are so many Ravanas, there are so many Kansas, so many Hiranyakashipu. So Krishna can't come and kill everyone. Actually, all these Kansa, Ravana, or Hiranyakashipu is in each and every one of all of us. So now Krishna, he can't come and kill each and everyone. So what he did, he came in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So and he gave the name name gave he gave, and also he gave the name of Krishna to everyone, so that you just chant Krishna's name. So why he has given the name of Krishna to everyone? So that because he can't kill each and everyone, but what he can do, when we chant Krishna's name, so the dominic whatever the our what the world is called, that um whatever the things in our heart, they are demonic, like there are so many demonic tendencies in our heart. So when we chant Krishna's name, what will happen, that will be gone, and our heart will be cleared, like as it is mentioned, cheto darpan majanam. So our heart is compared to a mirror, and mirror is full with the dust. And when how we can clean that dust? By taking some water or something, we can clean that mirror. So similarly, our heart is having so many impurities, so many, like we always have so many bad things in our heart. We always think bad for other people, that's also in our heart. So slowly when we chant Krishna's name, then what happens, our heart gets cleansed, and then we remember Krishna. Then what will happen, then we go a little bit closer to Krishna when we chant Krishna's name. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in this Kali Yuga, he took Kali Yuga Avtara, so that we remember Krishna's name. He gave name of Krishna to everyone. Okay, you just chant Krishna's name, then everything will be in place. Like keep Krishna in the center of your activities. Whatever you do, you just do for Krishna. When you're doing shopping, just do shopping for Krishna. Doing cooking, just cook food for Krishna. Offer food to the deity, do deity worship. Use your everything, whatever available in your house, you just everything into the service of Krishna. Make your house as a temple. That was the purpose of all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya, there were 9 process of bhakti is given. Like you, whatever you do, like you, if whether you are hearing, whether you are chanting, whether you are doing kirtan, whether you are doing deity worship, whether you are doing Harinam Sankirtan, whatever you're doing, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, these are all services to Krishna. If we are doing everything one or other, that is the service. You know, so when we do all this service, the one day what will happen? Our heart will be get cleansed. We will go a little bit closer to Krishna, and then Krishna will think. Oh, and Prabhupada, he has given us a beautiful, the daily routine. Do this, do that. You read Bhagavad Gita, go to the temple, do Tulsi Puja or worship Tulsi Maharani. So slowly, when we doing all these things, one day Krishna, Prabhupada said that if you will follow whatever I have told you, then there is a guarantee that I will come and take you back to Godhead. So, similarly, Krishna, it is mentioned here that Krishna sent his representatives. So Prabhupada is a representative of Krishna. And now similarly, our Guru Maharaj, like uh, like I was reading when this verse, I was thinking people they were saying like no, that Krishna says that you and me have taken so many births. I can remember, but you can't remember. Similarly, I was thinking, whenever we meet Maharaj, like any Maharaj, whenever you go and meet them, and if you tell them once your name, they can never forget you. Like, they always remember. Like, like I was thinking, like, Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, how many devotees he meet every day? How many people they go, like, they go to him, and he goes to different cities and see so many devotees. And once you call him, okay, you just call him once, and then say, okay, how are you, how is this, how is your daughter, like he knows the name of each and every person. How can they remember all these things? Because they are representative of Krishna. Like Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned that Krishna, sometimes Krishna comes himself, sometimes Krishna send his representative. So these all people around us, they are representative of Krishna. So what we should do now, we should just follow the instructions of all these people, so that we can go back to Godhead.
Hare Krishna
That is the
Mataji.
only hope. And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You want to sing Nasim prayers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we will finish here. Okay, I'm just going to finish. Hare
Okay.
Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Now he is going to sing Nasim prayers. Start.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladatayine Hiranyakashi Podaksha Shilakangalatalaye Ito Nasima Parato Nasima Yeto Yato Yami Tato Nasima Vahe Nasima Hridaye Nasima Nasingamadin Sharanam Rapade तव कर कमल वरे नाका अद्भुत श्रृंगा तलिदा हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। यशोदा गोपीनाथ की।
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा।
So thank you everyone for joining, and we will see you next week. Hare Krishna.
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण।
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण।
Bol.
सेव्या राधिका माता जी की जय।
Jai.
Gaur
Hare
Bhaktavrit ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji, for very wonderful class.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
All
you.
glories to
Very
Prabhupada.
practical application you have mentioned. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.